It might sound as though we are really picking on income tax. Given the many types of taxes Missourians have to pay, there is a reason why reducing the income tax has the most benefits.
You know, every tax is essentially a penalty. And so by penalizing income, that's probably the hardest thing for an individual person to deal with. And so I think if we want to remove a tax or remove a penalty, we want to take it off income first.
So when I look at taxes, I put it in basically 4 buckets. You have excise taxes and fees. You have property taxes, which Missouri has no property taxes. All the property taxes are local. Then you have sales tax, and then you have income tax. And study after study will show you that the income tax is the most destructive towards economic growth. And money and people seek out economic freedom. And so if your state puts up barriers to creating wealth, then that money and those people are going to flee to other states.
There are some things for us to work on, but you look to our neighbors of the east, right? Illinois, we had an event a year ago under the guise of hashtag Don't Be Like Illinois, and that's good public policy advice for pretty much anything. But ultimately, you look at those 2 states. Illinois is moving in a different direction. They're raising taxes. It's harder to start a business. It's harder to have more take-home pay in a state like that. In Missouri, we're moving in a different direction. And so what you see is people are leaving Illinois and they're going other places. And we want Missouri to be a place where businesses and individuals and families, when they're looking for more opportunity, look to Missouri.
You know, there's different ways that economies can handle certain types of taxes. But what I try to look at is what is going to get Missouri growing in terms of population. We're in the bottom third of the United States when it comes to population growth, which means that people don't see a whole lot of reason why they want to come here and start their businesses and raise their families. And I used to have a saying when I was a small business owner, and that is, if you have sales, everything else can be fixed. If you don't have a product that attracts people, then it's going to be hard to survive that. And it's the same in geopolitics. If you have population growth, everything else can be fixed. And what we've done by creating an environment where we're getting away from the income taxes, we're creating the situation where people want to come here. And when you have more population growth and people want to come to your area, they bring new investment capital, they bring new ideas, they bring energy, just like what we've seen here in St. Charles County, which is the fastest growing county in the state of Missouri. We want to apply that statewide, and we want to be up there competing for population, just like Texas, just like Tennessee, just like Nevada. All those good things can happen here, and I think that getting rid of the income tax in particular is the way to get there.
I got a chance to work and to live in Tennessee back in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And actually at that point in time, there was a significant conversation about whether Tennessee's tax policy should look more like Missouri's policy, whether it should include an income tax. Tennessee has not had an income tax in its history. Tennesseans were fortunate that they did not make the decision to impose an income tax. And now you see Tennessee growing at a rate much faster than the state of Missouri.
Tennessee, we have no income tax. We have no unearned income tax. We have no death tax. We don't have any gift tax. We're one of the fastest growing states in the nation. We have one of the best improving public services in the nation. And also, we have the biggest surplus of any state in the nation. But other than that, it's really a rotten state. Why don't you guys just try to be Tennessee?
I wish.
Well,
I wish.
that's what I want to do with Parson is, you know, it's tough. And, I'm not underestimating the problem. You've got a problem for tomorrow, and then you've got a problem for 10 years from now. You can never solve 10 years from now problem by doing tomorrow until 10 years are up. Then you'll be in the dumpster. And I tried to go through that with Jay Nixon, and it just didn't work. He said, I can see the numbers and all that. Dr. Laffer, makes sense, but I'm sitting here, I know I can meet my budget next year by doing what I'm doing. And, it was an abdication of what really should be done by a governor. A governor should be farsighted, looking over the immediate problems and trying to create prosperity for the grandchildren as well as the children, as well as the guys on the workforce now.
Thanks for tuning in. To learn more about how the tax cuts impact you, visit MissouriBestMidwest.com.